Okay, Roger, once again, today trying to figure out how we're going to get out of this corona deal. Now, I think there's a possibility of doing something here. Here's what you're going to see, is that's a little bacterium or whatever it is. It's some kind of little invader, and this is another bacteria that is what they call a phage, a macrophage. It's going to surround that and kill it. Now, let's watch it, and I'm going to explain something. All right,
Eventually, the macrophage is able to phagocytize the bacterium. And
all right, when they say what it is this guy here is out to kill that guy. That guy's running away. He knows enough to try to stay away from this guy. That guy finally gets it. Bacteriocyte kills it. This is a bacterium. This is what they call a phage, or a macrophage, or an amoeba, really. Or a bacteria is what I call it. It's just a big bacteria.
Optimally functioning immune system is required for such events to occur in the body. In the next video, we observe a different scenario.
All right, you saw the first scenario. It surrounded, killed it, and it will eat it, consume it, and destroy it. And it does that to cancer cells and cells that are defective. Now, here we have a different scenario. Here's what we're going to say.
In the second video, you can see a red blood cell infected by mycoplasma with the characteristic bumps. Two macrophages are attracted to the infected cell. As one macrophage is aggressively moving towards the cell, it is joined by another macrophage. The second macrophage is immediately repulsed from the mycoplasma-infected red blood cell. The first macrophage makes another attempt from a different direction. Eventually, both macrophages move quickly away from the mycoplasma-infected red blood cell.
All right, what he's going to say is that this mimics, it has some kind of a device built into it to mimic the ability to say it's healthy when it isn't. It's still infected. So the infecting agent has some mimicry device. Now, that's the key where this could be a situation, because other than that, I can't see why you can't take all this kind of red blood cells and a plasma and so forth, and that has these, the virus, the coronavirus in it. You should be able to see it. I mean, they could see that. Why shouldn't they be able to see the coronavirus? And then they should also be able to see what bacteria you can put in that puddle of blood that goes after these guys. Now, if they could find one that can get it and attack it and kill it, which it will, it'll penetrate. What they do is, if that thing could, it would wrap right around it, and then inside of here, a thing would go, it would inject this with a bacterium, its own bacteria. That bacteria would go in here and grow inside here, and then this cell would explode. Now, the new bacteria would be just like this bacteria, and it would go out to try to find more of them. If it couldn't find them, eventually it would be flushed out of the system. It's an elegant way of dealing with these kind of things. But we need to do outside of a body, we need to put every bacteria that we know that exists. I mean, go get some pond scum. I don't care what you get. Go get it from the River Ganges. Go get it from these healing springs. Wherever you can get anything. And put a drop here, put a drop here. But you could do thousands of drops. And all of a sudden you see some of these getting attacked. Now you got something to look at. Okay, macrophages are big eaters. And they are a type of blood cell in the immune system that keeps you immune from being invaded, that engulfs and digests, which you saw, cellular debris, foreign substances, microbes, which are invaders sometimes, cancer cells, which don't really work well in most people, and anything else that does not have the type of proteins specific to healthy body cells. So if it sees on the cell surface, it's a non-healthy looking cell, it's going to go and kill it. Now, we saw, I believe you saw, one of these cells was able to hide itself and say, okay, I'm healthy, don't worry guys, leave me alone. And that's an issue. So anyway, and they're found in every single tissue, essentially all tissues. We need to find the ones that are going to help us and the ones that are going to hurt us, and then we need to work with the ones that are going to help us, culture them, figure a way to put them in the body, figure a way to make them invest in the bind into the membranes, which you're supposed to, and then you're healthy. That's it. You're done. Case closed. It'll do its job. And there's a zillion of them, so you're going to have to get a zillion of them in you. We can figure this out. And then this is the silver lining of this disaster, which is in every respect a disaster. There is no standard that can put this in a non-disaster realm. So I'm not saying that. But I always look for, like I say, you got to deal with what you got. You cannot stop what you got. You have to make the best of it. And that's what we're going to do. All right? So buck it up. We're going to get out of this thing. And, you know, I hope I'm there with you at the end. But if I'm not, carry on. Okay, you know, we are into everything here at this university. And it's all reality-based. There's always evidence to support everything that's said. Now, we're talking today about these phages, microphages. I always call them bacteria creating enzymes. They're calling them phages now, which attack the other things. Phages are one of the newest discoveries in our exploration of gut flora. I've been really working hard on gut flora for a while, and we've had some tremendous success even with autism. It affects every single thing in your body. Look up the vagus nerve. It is a highway to your health. The gut controls everything in your body. From this vagus nerve, it's the biggest nerve in the body, and it touches from your gut back and forth. It's a bidirectional nerve that goes to every single place in your body. Your eyes, your ears, your tongue, your nose, everywhere. And it sends out, to me, it goes out and says, everything all right? And so, no, we got trouble. So what's the matter? It sends out the thing that says, okay, everything all right now? Yeah, we got the guy. It's all done. Now, if you don't have the right bacteria, and you don't have, well, I call it bacteria. They call it phages. If you don't have these little globs to go around and eat all those other guys, and then you're done. And there's a bazillion different ones, as I showed you. I hope you saw it in the video. So, you know, let's just make it happen. We'll figure this thing out. But somebody should be doing this. I don't know. I haven't heard anybody looking at this part. They're always looking for a chemical to go in and break something up. These are the things that make the chemicals. They go in and inject it right into it. And then it creates, they live inside of that invader and explode the invader. When they come out, there's 20 of them instead of one. It's just absolutely fabulous the way it works. So the more invaders there are, the more, you know, it's a huge increase in the production in every one of them. So before long, you're just overwhelmed. But it goes both ways. So you got to have the good guys in there. All right, let's just leave it at that.